But again, this whole long rant about the Ultimate Fighter, I just don't think it doesn't add value to these main events anymore. Like when Rashad and Rampage, or obviously Conor didn't fight Uriah that time, or when Chael was on there and Vanderlei, stuff like that, you couldn't wait for those main events because there's real animosity. With this one, it's like, all right, these are just two competitors. It's going to be a great fight. I actually think Ortega gets it done. I know he's an underdog, and I know he's my friend, so I'm biased as shit. But I just feel like Volkanovski's been pretty inactive, and he was an active guy before that. He's been pretty inactive. I did think Max Holloway beat him. If we go over the 10 rounds, I think Max Holloway won more rounds than not. And if you go off the two fights, he won more rounds in those 10 rounds. So I do think Max Holloway is your actual real champ walking the streets right now. Max did beat Brian Ortega, but MMA math, we know this, never works. But when you look at, since Brian Ortega lost last and had a fight against Korean Zombie, he had the fight of his life against Korean Zombie. He took 2 years off, got a whole new camp, reinvented himself. His jiu-jitsu is always going to be there. That's, he could do that in his sleep. So he's still T-City, but his striking and his footwork and his movement has gotten so much better to pick apart a guy like Korean Zombie's no punk, man. So if I look at the two of them, it's like, all right, we know what Volkanovski brings, and it's fucking good. It's championship material. But he hasn't gotten better. Brian Taylor's gotten a lot better, dude. And he was a monster to begin with. He was a raw monster, dude. He had a lot of hype behind him, then ran into Max Holloway and just was not ready for that. They were trying to push him to be the champ and be the next face of the UFC. He just didn't have the tools in place to get it done, and went back to the drawing board, got a whole new camp. Obviously, he's worked hard at striking. And now, all right, you want to stand with him? It's going to be an issue. You want to go to the ground with him? No. Volkanovski, you don't want to go to the ground with him because you're going to lose there. So I look at the fight. I like Brian Ortega, man. And I think if there's a finish in this fight, it's because Brian Ortega got it done via submission. I can see Brian Ortega hurting him on the feet, whether it's a knee, an elbow, a straight right, something like that, and then getting a hold of his neck and finish him. That's how I see it going down. So my parlay with that would be Brian Ortega, and you parlay that with a finish, and you're going to make some bank. Now, he's a dog, so it's a big if, but I ride with T-City, man. I think he gets it done.